What's up everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel, Panther. We are back in the Forge and today I will be ranking all of the races in the Forge. I'll be telling you what's good, what's not, what you should be aiming for, and overall tips and tricks. In this video, I will also provide you guys with all of the codes available currently to give you guys free spins. So first and foremost, if you want to go to the reroll menu after you've already joined the game, all you have to do is press T or go to your inventory. It will go all the way to here at the start of the shop. You need to scroll over to the reroll section, and once you're here, all you have to do is press go to the race menu. If you want a chance to get free rerolls, all you have to do is like and subscribe and comment your usernames in the comments below, because I will be picking 2 random people and I will be gifting them 10 rerolls. So don't miss out on this opportunity to get 10 rerolls for absolutely free. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment your username. Okay, back to the video. Alright, so here we have our tier list ready to go. Now this isn't actually going to go in an order you might expect. I have different reasons for placing different things where they are. So we're going to go from the worst to the best. The worst race in the game is the zombie race. I'll also be throwing up the stats for each race on the screen so you guys can determine for yourself. So the zombie race is the worst because it literally gives you minus 25 max health and you don't get any major advantage out of the race anyways, so there you go. After that, you have the human race. I would put the human race above the zombie race. The human race gives you plus 3% XP and plus 3% luck, so it's pretty good. That's it for D tier. I'm gonna move to C tier now. So now it starts to get good. In my opinion, the worst C tier available is the elven race. The elf race gives you 5% height, 15% stamina and 3% luck. Next up, we have the orc. The orc I would put as better than the elf. It gives you plus 15% health, plus 10% physical damage and plus 10% size, but it also decreases your movement speed and stamina by 10%. Now we're getting to the good stuff. First up in B tier, we have the undead race. It gives you a second chance, so it's pretty good for people that are newer to PvP, but once you learn how to parry and stuff, it becomes pretty useless. But for beginners, this is pretty okay. In front of the undead, I will be putting the dwarf race. The dwarf race gives you plus 15% mining, it gives you plus 5% better forging, and it also gives you critical mining. So you can already tell this is pretty good for mining. That's why it's even up here. Now here's where it gets slightly controversial. Me personally, I will put goblin tied to, if not right above dwarf. Now the main reason for this is because of the 12% discount that you get with shopping. Like if I equip the goblin race right now and we go over to these pickaxes right here, if you look at mithril right here, it costs 67,500, but when I go to buy it, you see it drops to 59,400. So just like that, I've saved what, $7,000, $8,000. So because of this reason, I am placing it higher. And finally, I'm going to be putting shadow at the top of B tier. This is because it's overall pretty balanced. It gives you plus 15% movement speed, plus 10% attack speed, plus 10% stamina, and it also gives you a plus 5% physical damage boost. The only downside is it gives minus 10% health, but it doesn't really matter. Now we're getting to the good stuff. We are down to the A tier and the S tier. Now stick around because this isn't what you're gonna hear from everybody. In my opinion, the bottom of the A tier list is gonna be Golem. Golem decreases 10% movement speed, but it gives a 15% attack speed for heavy weapons and 30% health. This is pretty good because some of the best weapons are the colossals or the slightly bigger weapons, and this literally buffs your attack speed for them, so it's pretty solid. Not to mention the 30% is going to help you out a ton with PvP, so overall pretty good PvP race. Now like I said, this may surprise a lot of you, but that is the end of the A tier. We're going to move on to the S tier. The remaining 4 are all S tier. This is what you should be aiming for to get. If you can't get it, it's fine, but if you can get it, this is what you want to be getting. So at the bottom of this list, I am going to be putting the Minotaur. Now this is because it gives a plus 20% health boost, 10% height, plus width and depth. So the only real thing that it gives you is plus 20% health. Not to mention it also decreases your stamina, so this is at the bottom of the list. Next up, we have Dragonborn. Dragonborn is pretty good. It balances out the Minotaur with this plus 10% height. This also gives you plus 20% max health and plus 12% physical damage. So there we go, we're going to put it all the way at the top. Now, to no one's real surprise, we are left with the Angel and the Demon. Now, it is kind of believed that Angel is the better out of the two, but I actually really disagree with that. Now, let's actually weigh the differences here. With Angel, you get plus 20% movement speed, longer dashes, a higher dash distance, minus 10% dash cooldown, plus 20% stamina, jump boost, luck boost, The main thing we're looking at with the Angel is the plus 25% luck boost. Everything else is just stamina and dashing. It doesn't really matter. So for that reason, I'm going to be putting Angel at the top of this list right after Demon. Demon is the best race in the game. It gives you plus 20% fire damage, plus 20% attack speed, plus 20% movement speed, and the main thing I'm looking at other than the fire damage and attack speed is the plus 20% physical damage. Overall, if we're actually looking at what race is worth it, we're talking about the demon race. If you're able to get the demon race, there is no other race that matches. It is excellent at most things, it's pretty balanced, but obviously it doesn't have the plus 25% luck that Angel does. All right, now I'm going to move on to rerolls. You can get a lot of free rerolls. Here are all the codes. We're going to speed through them. So to redeem codes, all you have to do is go to the settings cog at the top here, scroll all the way down until you get to codes. Now by the time you're watching this video, some of the older codes may have expired, but there are always going to be newer codes coming out. Make sure you're in the Forge Discord server to be pinged about the new codes. So first up, we have 300k with an exclamation mark at the end. Press claim on that. It gives you a luck totem and it gives you 5 rerolls. After this, we have 100k likes. This will give you 10 rerolls. 200k exclamation mark will give you another 5 rerolls. 100k exclamation mark, 40k likes, 20k likes, 15k likes, 10k likes, 5 likes, and the others are expired. When you're newer to the game, the thing that's going to help you out the most is mining races. So you want to make sure you have a race like Dwarf or any other race that isn't really going to be PvP focused. I would say as soon as you've joined the game and you have a race like that, save it and save your rerolls for later on in the game. That's probably the best advice you can get right now, because at the start of the game, there's no point of you getting demon or anything like that. You want to get your ores up, quickly go to World 2, and once you're in World 2, then you can mess about, spend all your rerolls, and you can actually make use of it. In World 2, even at the start until you get up to the Mithril Pickaxe, it's not really worth focusing too much on PvP other than for the quests. Once you can get the Mithril Pickaxe, then life gets easier, because once you can start mining these basalt veins and rocks, then you can get the good ores and you can actually craft proper armor, which is when you want to go towards a more PvP focused race. So there you go, that is my overall advice for races and what you should be doing and when you should be doing it. Well, I hope you found this video useful. I ranked all of the races. Make sure you follow the advice at the start. You do not need to go for any crazy race. Make sure you go for something that's actually going to help you out. When you get to World 2, then you can start advancing. Your focus is going to move from mining to PvP. And of course, don't forget to enter the giveaway for a chance to win 10 spins for absolutely free. I'll be picking 2 winners. All you have to do to enter is like, subscribe, comment your usernames down in the comments below. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.